exterior Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, and Saturn. And if you add up, this also adds up to 60 degrees. So there is a division of this thing on various methods have been given. And if you start counting from uh, reverse counting from 20, you come to 14. 20 years are given to Venus, 19 to Saturn, 18 to Rahu, 17 to Mercury, 16 to Jupiter. Then Sun and Moon, they have clubbed together plus 1. It is 15 plus 1. So 10 Moon and 6 Sun. And then Mars and Ketu, 7 each. So this is how they come into agreement for 120 degrees. It is also a kind of progression. Now we are talking of progression which Nadi people have been using. I tell you my journey. In 1999, I was posted in Bhopal. There was one good astrologer, Mr. Lovelacre. I do not know the fate of Mr. That time he was 75 years old. The age I'm now 74 years. So he was. I was evening. I went there, and then I saw about 5 to 6 ladies sitting there. He said they are learning astrology. What astrology they were learning? They were learning only time of marriage, and that was the topic of to my heart, that close to my heart. They were learning when Jupiter, the 12 years, it is average 12 year Jupiter takes for one round of orbit. And they were saying when Jupiter comes to Lagna, third house, fifth house, seventh house, ninth house, 11th house, marriage would take place. That was the rule taught to them. And that is how they were learning astrology. And this says, this is very good, this is happening. And the nothing more, nothing less, that was the so simplest rule of marriage date by movement of Jupiter and particular this thing. But if you see Nadi people, they tell you about bad period. They take average 30 years of Saturn, 18 years of Rahu, and 12 years of Jupiter. For good things, Jupiter, and for bad things, Rahu and Saturn. All those things said and done, they are accurate also. They were accurate also. So they are, and people believe in that. They used to see 2.5 years of Saturn in each house, and then irrespective of no, irrespective of Jupiter is whether at 1 degree or Jupiter is at 29.9 degrees, they were taking Jupiter and Saturn or Jupiter or a planet in the house where it is, and they will start 2.5 years journey for Saturn, 1 year for Jupiter, and 1.5 year for Rahu and Ketu. All those things, they were not concerned about the degrees of those planets, because if a planet is at 29.9 degrees, it may change, it would, rather, it may not, sorry, it would change in a period of time of 1 month or so. So all those things were noted by me, and I interacted with one of the Nadi astrologers for a long time. He said, yes, you are true, but we are not taking it. For ages, people were taking like this. Similarly, there are other various progressions, Vedic progressions are there. One progression is take 1 year of life is equal to 1 day. There are written books by a foreign author. I don't remember the name. He wrote that take 1 year of the life and equal to 1 year, and which is a very, very common system of progression in the West. It is a very common system in the West. Take 1 year is equal to 1 day, 1 degree, 1 degree is equal to 1 day. Other is, the method is take 1 year is equal to 1 day. So if I am born at 12 o'clock in the midday, my 1 year would be completed. Next day, if I am born on 13th, I am born on 13th. So 14th would be my another day. It would be my 1 year. I would be completing 1 year. So for all planets, they would be advancing by 1 day to know my 1 year. Similarly, if I want to see my 26th year, so I will make a horoscope of my birthday plus 26 days. Then it would show the results of 26th year of my progression. That is also a very common progression in this thing. Then there's a one gentleman, Mr. Dinesh Mathur. He wrote a book on progression. He decided, he moved the progression of Dasha, male lord, only male lord Dasha. He progressed, divided that Dasha into 12 houses, maybe it is 20 years or 7 years. He divided into 7 years, and then, except Sun, Moon, the planets in retro motion, he used the retro motion of the Dasha in the system, and he achieved it good results. Then Nadi Dasha also, there are various methods for Dasha, almost similar methods. Plus the retrogression, they have certain rules which they are not unanimous in on one system. So some people follow few years for retrogression and then make it direct like that. So all I have worked on all those progression, and I made, being my experience over a period of time on Excel in my office for certain other this thing, computing income tax or computing various other